There's been quite the interesting development tied to Jenna's very first morning boost.
Well, I don't think it's because of my boost, but on Monday, y'all, we showed you the Eagles' A.J. Brown. He was reading a self-help book on the sidelines during Sunday's playoff win against the Packers. That moment went viral, and now that book is a bestseller.
And to read with Jenna.
I've chosen it, yeah.
I'm just kidding about that, but I just think Kaylee Hartung has more with the author who suddenly got viral fame.
Yeah, I wanted to bring you all copies, but couldn't find one anywhere in New York, and Amazon couldn't get them here that fast. So the book is called Inner Excellence, Train Your Mind for Extraordinary Performance and the Best Possible Life. And its author is certainly living that best possible life this week. He calls it a manual for motivation and self-mastery. And so far, it's working out pretty well for one of the Eagles' best players.
I haven't seen too many people read books.
Inner Excellence is now an overnight bestseller, skyrocketing to #1 on Amazon, and it's everywhere on social media, even on morning TV in Eagles country.
I think this is the most read book in Philadelphia.
Its author is Jim Murphy, a performance coach.
Jim, have you ever experienced an explosion in book sales like this?
Actually, no. It is amazing and a real gift and an honor.
The book is popular with athletes, but applicable to everyone, coaching readers on how to overcome anxiety, self-criticism, and other hurdles, encouraging readers to let go of mistakes and clear their minds to get to success in life. And one of its fans is Eagles receiver turned reader, A.J. Brown. During Sunday's wildcard game against the Packers, Fox Sports cameras captured this: Brown pulling out the book on the sidelines, mid-game.
So A.J. Brown, well, we're figuring that out. He's a little frustrated. Obviously, he hasn't seen so many balls today. He's going to read a little passage here.
But the three-time Pro Bowler explained after the game, what you're seeing isn't anger, it's inspiration.
I wasn't frustrated. Why y'all always think I'd be frustrated? Like, hey, yeah, I read the book. I read the book. Yeah, I like to read. That's a book that I bring every single game. And, you know, my teammates call it a recipe. It's a lot of mental game, a lot of mental parts about it. And, you know, because for me, you know, this game is mental. You know, I physically believe I can do anything and everything,
But it was when the cameras and the announcers circled back a few minutes later that a new bestseller was born.
The name of the book is Inner Excellence if you want to purchase that at home. How about
something I should be reading?
And plenty people at home clearly agreed. The book released 5 years ago, only now launching directly to #1. Murphy, a former minor league baseball player, wrote the book with athletes and their competitive drive in mind. What is your reaction to learning that A.J. Brown considers your book central to his routine and game day?
I mean, yeah, it's an honor that anyone would include me in their life. But I think the greatest gift that anyone can have is wisdom, to know who God is and therefore who you are, what he's doing in the world, and how you can join in, and how you can live a life where you feel fully alive.
Brown showed off his heavily highlighted and underlined copy in a post after the game, with passages like, "Every performance, presentation, or problem you face is an opportunity to learn and grow and vividly experience each moment."
It was something like how I refresh every drive, you know, regardless of if I score a touchdown or I drop a pass. I always go back to that book every drive and just refocus.
Why do you think that translates so well to the team aspect and competition of
that book every drive and just refocus.
Why do you think that translates so well to the team aspect and competition of sports?
Well, there's so much out of your control, and the team aspect is such a big thing because we're created for relationship, and that love is a relationship, and there's no fear in love. And so, you know, that's when you can play fearlessly and have no concern for self, then anything's possible, you know, for the Eagles and anybody.
And how about this? Jim Murphy tells me that a mutual friend who knows Tom Brady actually sent Brady an inspirational quote from the book before one of
fear and love. And so, you know, that's when you can play fearlessly and have no concern for self, then anything's possible, you know, for the Eagles and anybody.
And how about this? Jim Murphy tells me that a mutual friend who knows Tom Brady actually sent
then anything's possible, you know, for the Eagles and anybody.
And how about this? Jim Murphy tells me that a mutual friend who knows Tom Brady actually sent Brady an inspirational quote from the book before one of his Super Bowl appearances. of all Super Bowls, 51. Remember when they were down 28-3 to the Falcons? That historic comeback. So Tom Brady didn't even realize it, but thanks to inner excellence.
Was he watching the football game when that happened?
How about this? Jim Murphy is an Eagles fan, but he wanted to watch things in order that they had happened in the football world that day. He was watching Notre Dame Penn State on a replay. His phone started blowing up. He's like, what is happening? Family, friends, everybody recognizing it's the book. And then Kevin and Tom came back to saying it's inner excellence.
By the way,
he's one of your favorite players.
Oh, we love A.J. Brown. I mean, among other things. I mean, he's a great player, but he wears pink sneakers so that his daughter can find him on the field when he plays. So therefore, he's my daughter's favorite
Well, he's been
player.
very outspoken about mental health, too, which is cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if publishers are going to try and get their books into the hands of NFL players.
And
If this is a new trend, imagine if Travis Kelce or somebody was reading a book.
Yeah, I mean, this is advertising money cannot buy.
Yeah.
An absolutely
By the way,
authentic endorsement.
there's memes going around where they replace that book with other books. So like Helen Hillebrand's, you know, which is she writes books for women.
Yeah,
exactly.
What is that, like 50 Shades of Grey type deal?
No, she does kind of the beach, you know, rom-com
beach read.
beach reads, which are she's amazing and brilliant.
Yeah,
but it's
that's a funny idea, though.
people are posting like that he's reading other things.
Kaylee, thank you.
Melissa Stark and I will be on the sidelines this week, keeping a close eye on what AJ is reading for you.
Speaking of this week, football, this is a great... Last weekend was great to be at home.
Yes.
This weekend it continues. Be sure to check out Eagles taking on the Rams Sunday. NBC and Peacock coverage starts at 2.
Are we going to have football food? I hope this on Thursday or Friday.
Yes.
Yes, control room said yes.
Okay, yes, thank you.
But when we come back, a sneak peek at the highly anticipated return of Severance from